Have you ever given your all to someone only to feel drained, used, or even betrayed in the end? Have you ever poured into someone hoping to lift them up only to watch them drag you down? If you've been there, you're not alone. And tonight we're going to have a real, raw conversation about a truth that's hard to swallow but necessary to understand. Because, as the great Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Life is short, my friends, and your energy, your time, your resources, these are precious gifts. Not everyone deserves them. Let me be clear, helping people is a noble act, it's divine, but wisdom must guide your kindness. Even the Bible tells us in Matthew 7:6, do not give what is holy to the dogs, nor cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn and tear you in pieces. So tonight, let's talk about the 5 types of people you should never help. Not because you're heartless, but because your heart deserves to be guarded. The first type of person you should never help is the entitled. You know who I'm talking about. These are the folks who don't ask for your help. No, they demand it like it's their God-given right. They walk around with this air of expectation, as if the world owes them something, and by extension, so do you. They don't say please, and they certainly don't say thank you. Entitlement is their currency, and they'll spend it freely at your expense. Helping the entitled is like trying to fill a bottomless pit. No matter how much you pour in, it's never enough. Give them your time, your resources, your energy, and what happens? They'll take it all and come back for more. And here's the kicker. The moment you set a boundary, the moment you say no, you're suddenly the villain in their story. Oh, they'll turn on you faster than a speeding train. And let me tell you, helping the entitled isn't just exhausting, it's dangerous. Why? Because it teaches them that their behavior is acceptable. It reinforces their belief that they can manipulate and take advantage of others without consequence. It's like feeding a stray dog that bites. You're only encouraging the behavior. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for helping people. I'm all for lifting others up. But as Zig Ziglar once said, you can't help someone get up a hill without getting closer to the top yourself. And the entitled, they don't climb with you. They don't pull their weight. They'll cling to you, drag you down, and before you know it, you're the one stuck at the bottom. So how do you deal with the entitled? Simple. You set boundaries. You make it clear that your help is a privilege, not a right. You remind them that respect is a two-way street. And if they can't meet you halfway, then it's time to step back and let them learn the hard way. Because sometimes the best way to help someone is to let them help themselves. And here's the truth. Not everyone is ready to receive your help. Not everyone appreciates it, but that's okay. Your energy, your time, your resources, they're valuable. Invest them wisely. Save them for the people who truly need them, the people who will climb that hill with you, who will grow alongside you, who will one day turn around and help you in return. Because it's not about handouts, it's about hand-ups. And the entitled, they'll never understand the difference. Now, the second type, the chronic complainer. Oh, you know this person. They're the ones who find a cloud in every silver lining. No matter how much you do for them, it's never good enough. You give them a hand and they complain it's not the right one. You lend them money and they gripe that it's not enough. You offer them your time, your energy, your listening ear, and yet they'll still find a way to tell you that you've fallen short. These are the folks who seem to thrive on negativity, who wear their victimhood like a badge of honor. And let me tell you, these people will drain your energy faster than a phone with 100 apps running in the background. They'll sap your joy, your motivation, and your peace, leaving you wondering why you feel so exhausted after just one conversation. The chronic complainer is like a leaky faucet in your life. Drip, 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 slowly, steadily, until you're left with nothing but frustration. Now, here's the thing about complainers. Their complaints aren't really about you. No, their negativity comes from within. It's a mindset, a way of looking at the world that turns every opportunity into an obstacle and every blessing into a burden. And you can't fix that. You can't save someone who's committed to sinking, who's made a lifestyle out of finding fault and living in the dark. Like the old saying goes, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So ask yourself this: who are you spending your time with? Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Are they fueling your fire or extinguishing it with their constant complaints? Because the truth is, life is too short to surround yourself with negativity. Your time and energy are precious, and they should be spent with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who make you better. The chronic complainer doesn't just complain about their own life. They'll start complaining about yours too. They'll plant seeds of doubt, whisper words of discouragement, and before you know it, you'll start seeing the world through their negative lens. But you don't have to let that happen. You have the power to choose who you allow into your circle, who you give your energy to. And let's be real, sometimes walking away from the chronic complainer is the kindest thing you can do for them and for yourself, because by stepping back, you're giving them the space to take responsibility for their own happiness. And you're reclaiming your peace, your joy, your positivity. So keep your circle tight and filled with people who see the good, who celebrate the wins, because those are the people who will help you rise. The third type of person you should never help is the manipulator. Well, you've met them before. They're smooth talkers, masters of emotional sleight of hand. These are the folks who know exactly how to pull your heartstrings, how to press your guilt buttons, and how to twist your kindness into a tool for their own gain. They don't come to you with open hands, they come with a strategy. Helping them isn't about lending a hand. It's about playing into their plan. You see, manipulators are like chess players, always thinking 3 moves ahead. The problem is you're not even aware you're on the board. They'll tell you what you want to hear. You're the only one who understands me, or I couldn't do this without you, all while plotting how to take what they want from you. They know how to make you feel needed, indispensable even, but it's not about you. It's never about you. It's about what they can get out of you. And let me tell you something. Manipulators are excellent at spotting your soft spots. They'll exploit your empathy, your desire to help, your need to feel valued, but don't confuse their flattery for sincerity. Like Oprah Winfrey once said, when people show you their true colors, don't repaint them. Pay attention to the patterns. If someone consistently leaves you feeling drained, used, or manipulated, it's time to step back and ask yourself why you keep letting them in. Helping a manipulator is like pouring water into a bucket with a hole in the bottom. No matter how much you give, it's never enough. And worse, they'll make you feel like it's your fault the bucket's not full. They'll twist the narrative, turning your generosity into obligation. They'll guilt you, cajole you, even gaslight you into believing that their needs should always come before yours. But here's the truth. You don't owe them your time, your energy, or your resources. Saying no to a manipulator isn't selfish, it's self-preservation. Boundaries aren't walls to keep people out. They're guidelines to protect your peace and your purpose. And if someone can't respect those boundaries, they don't deserve a seat at your table. Manipulators thrive in the shadows of your doubt. They want you to second guess yourself, to feel like you're overreacting or being unreasonable. But you're not. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. If someone's actions don't match their words, believe the actions. Manipulators rely on your silence, on your reluctance to call them out. Don't give them that power. Remember this: your kindness is a gift, not a weakness. Don't let anyone turn it into a weapon against you. The strong version of you knows when to say yes and, more importantly, when to say no. So, keep your eyes open, your heart guarded, and your boundaries firm, because your energy is too precious to be wasted on people who don't value it. The fourth type, the ungrateful. Oh, this one cuts deep, doesn't it? You bend over backwards for them, give them your time, your energy, your heart, and they act like it's nothing. No gratitude, no acknowledgement, just a sense of entitlement that you'll keep showing up, keep giving, keep sacrificing. These are the folks who take your kindness for granted, who treat your efforts like they're expected, not appreciated. Now, let me tell you something about ungrateful people. They're like black holes of energy. No matter how much you pour into them, it disappears into the void. They don't say thank you. They say, is that all? They don't cherish your efforts. They demand more. And the painful truth, they're unlikely to change. Ungratefulness isn't just a bad habit. It's a mindset. It's a way of seeing the world where nothing is ever enough. You know, Tony Robbins said it best: trade your expectations for appreciation and your world changes instantly. That's powerful, isn't it? Appreciation, true, heartfelt gratitude can transform a moment, a relationship, a life. But here's the thing, with the ungrateful, you'll be waiting forever for that transformation. They're stuck in a cycle of taking and expecting, never pausing to appreciate or give. And let's be real, constantly giving to the ungrateful isn't just exhausting, it's unsustainable. It's like watering a plant that refuses to grow, no matter how much care you give it. Meanwhile, there are people out there who would flourish with just a fraction of your kindness. People who would light up at your help, who would turn around and say, thank you, that meant the world to me. So why waste your precious energy on those who won't value it? Life is too short, my friends, to keep pouring into empty cups. Save your time, your heart, your efforts for those who cherish them. Because when you give to people who are grateful, it's not just fulfilling, it's energizing, it's uplifting. It's a reminder that your efforts matter, that your kindness makes a difference. Don't let the ungrateful drag you down. Let them be a lesson, not a burden. And instead, focus on surrounding yourself with people who appreciate the light you bring. Because gratitude is fuel for the soul. And you deserve to be surrounded by those who recognize and honor that. Finally, the fifth type of person you should never help is the lazy. Now let's get one thing straight. There's a world of difference between someone who's struggling and someone who's just plain lazy. A struggling person is like a climber stuck halfway up the mountain. They're reaching out, looking for a rope, ready to pull themselves up with everything they've got. Lazy people, they're the ones sitting at the bottom of the hill, watching the climbers and saying, why don't you carry me up there while you're at it? The lazy don't want to sweat. They don't want to hustle. They want the rewards without the grind. And let me tell you something, helping the lazy is like trying to push a parked car uphill with the brakes on. It's exhausting, it's frustrating, and at the end of the day, it doesn't move the needle 1 inch. You see, life rewards effort. It rewards the person who gets up early, stays late, and keeps pushing even when it's hard. And as much as we might want to lend a hand to everyone, you can't lift someone who's not even willing to stand. Like Albert Einstein said, the world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. You can't help someone who refuses to change their mindset, who's content with doing the bare minimum, or worse, doing nothing at all. Helping the lazy doesn't just drain your energy, it enables their behavior. It tells them that it's okay to take shortcuts, to coast through life, to depend on others instead of taking responsibility for themselves. And that's not love. That's not compassion. That's doing them a disservice. So what do you do when you encounter someone lazy? You encourage them to stand up. You challenge them to take that first step, but you don't carry them. Because here's the truth. The journey to success, to fulfillment, to a meaningful life, it's one you have to walk yourself. No one can do it for you. Remember, your time and energy are valuable. Invest them in people who are willing to grow, who are willing to struggle, who are willing to work. Because those are the people who will appreciate your help, who will rise to the occasion, and who will one day pay it forward. As the saying goes, you can't pour from an empty cup. Don't let the lazy drain you dry. Save your energy for those who are ready to climb with you, not those who are waiting for you to carry them. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but Denzel, aren't we supposed to love everyone? Aren't we supposed to be there for people no matter what? And my answer is yes, we are called to love. But love without wisdom is like a river without banks. It overflows, causing damage instead of nourishment. Helping the right people can multiply your impact, your joy, and your blessings. But helping the wrong people can rob you of your peace, your purpose, and your progress. You have to discern who is truly in need and who is simply taking advantage. Remember the words of Warren Buffett. The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. So as you walk through life, guard your heart, protect your energy, and choose wisely where you invest your kindness. Help the people who are willing to help themselves, who show gratitude, and who bring positivity into your life. And for those who fall into these 5 categories, love them from a distance. Pray for them. Wish them well, but don't let them drain you, because at the end of the day, my friends, your time, your energy, and your kindness are treasures. And treasures should be shared with those who value them. Thank you.